So after taking a devastating loss to Sebastian Fundora Saturday night, many are starting to question, is this the end of Erickson Lubin? Or is this the end of his fighting career? He's rather young. He's 26 years old. So, he's not even 30 years old yet. This is the worst beating that Erickson Lubin has ever faced. I would say he has taken one of the worst beatings I've ever seen in boxing, man. This has to be up there with some of the worst. He had suffered a broken jaw, broken nose, facial lacerations, I believe, and then he had a dislocated shoulder, which I guess proves that this Sebastian Fundora, looks can be deceiving. He looks as to be some string bean weakling, frail weakling, but his power is real. He's the real deal, man. I think he's going to be a problem for a lot of 154 pounders, some 160 dudes, and definitely 160 and 168 even maybe, but Lubin was in pretty bad shape. You can see it. He was going to keep going out. He was going to go out on his shield if they didn't stop the fight. Erickson Lubin showed grit, toughness, and as a warrior. And also, I think we can put the chin thing to rest now with Erickson Lubin, because that was a thing. I kind of was saying stuff. I kind of was touching on that aspect of the chin thing, because I come up with the chin check series where I kind of like try to discuss different boxers and their ability to take shots to the chin and how well they heal up, and I try to grade them. And Lubin has been, people are saying he had a shaky chin from a lot of his fights. Terrell Gausha wobbled him, shaked him up. Jason Rosario, Charlo knocked him out in the first round of his first loss. Stuff like that. And I always said, man, just because if someone gets hit, does that automatically mean that they're chinny? Especially if they didn't go down. The Charlo knockout, man, that was just like almost like something that was a defensive irresponsibility of Erickson Lubin. It was a shot that he didn't see coming, and he wasn't ready to take that, and that's what I think knocked him out cold. But a lot of fighters that I've said this over and over, a lot of fighters that took shots to the chin and was knocked out cold, like Manny Pacquiao. I compared that Lubin to Pacquiao. I'm like, okay, Pacquiao's been knocked out, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a chin, because he took a lot of shit from other boxers after that. But, it's pretty clear that Pacquiao does have a better chin than Erickson Lubin. That's a fact, though, because I haven't really seen Pacquiao hurt to the chin. Even in that fight, really. He just got knocked out cold, But I think after Lubin he went down in the second round and got back up and fought. We ridicule it and say it was foolish for him to stand there and trade with this dude, which it was. It wasn't part of the plan. He should have stuck to the plan. At the same time, got to respect his dog. Got to respect his willing to win, regardless to what. He gave everything he had in that ring. So the question is this the end for Erickson Lubin, his career in boxing? I don't think so. I don't think it's the end. He's 26. So here's the thing. After what happened in the Sebastian Fundora fight, it proves if Sebastian Fundora is one of the toughest, hardest punchers up at 154 right now, which is debatable right now because you got Jamel Charlo, but Sebastian Fundora might actually be the hardest puncher up there right now. I'm not even exaggerating. He just might be the hardest puncher. I never seen Jamal Charlo do that to anybody's face or shoulders ever. He knocked out Jason Rosario with a soloplex punch, but I've never seen him do any damage like that, man. So if Erickson Lubin was taking all those shots from Sebastian Fundora, more than likely, man, either one or two things is gonna happen if he stays at 150, or he fights period against top level comp. Either A, this toughened him up, and he's gonna be more of a machine and a harder nut to crack now. If he fights Charlo, and he does it, he fights the same way or shows that much grit. Again, if he was willing to take them Fundora shots, he should be able to take them Jermell Charlo shots as well. Or B, this shit cracked his chin, and his chin is never going to be the same again. And from here on out, once he fights top level comp or even probably mid level comp, every time he gets punched, he's gonna fold, or he's gonna get dropped easy. Those are the only two outcomes, I think. But if it's that outcome where he gets touched up every little fight, he gets hit and gets shooken up and jaw dropped every time he fights, then that's probably gonna be it for Erickson Lubin. He's probably just gonna be a gatekeeper or something like that. And it's sad to say that with somebody with his potential. Or he's gonna be as tough as nails now. He's gonna come back even harder, and it's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Who knows, man? His sometimes his grit might want him to come back for a rematch with Sebastian, because he wanted a rematch with Jermell Charlo, and people were saying, "Nah, man, he not gonna be ready for a rematch with Charlo. His chin ain't really gonna hold up. He's gonna get knocked out again." Well, I don't think that's gonna happen again that way. I don't think even now. We don't know now because he's been beaten. He's been really injured, really bad. I don't know if it took something out of him, if it's gonna take anything emotionally, or if he's gonna be afraid to, if he's gonna be a pure boxer from now on. Maybe that woke him up to where now he's gonna be more of an outboxer with power, like a boxer puncher now. We'll just have to see. But as far as his career being over, I think it's too early for his career to be over, unless he wants to retire. We'll know if his career is over once he comes back and he fights about one or two more fights, and he don't look good, or he just don't have it in him no more. Because a lot of these fights, when stuff like this happens to a fighter, it takes a lot out of him, man. And if he don't have that same dog in him after this fight, then his career might be done. He might just be just fighting for checks, or fighting lower level comp, or he might go the ways of a Gabe Rosado or something like that. He'll be the Gabe Rosado of 154. Don't want to really see that happen to him. But what happened that night, he was kind of tricked into trading with this dude, kind of similar to Devin Haney with Jorge Linares. With he trying to please the fans and trying to please himself and show he has dog in him, and that cost him almost his fucking life in that ring, or his career, with those kind of injuries. Instead of he didn't follow his corner's instructions and stuff like that. And you gotta blame Erickson Lubin for this, man. He's a warrior, absolutely, but he didn't stick to the script, and it cost him for it. So, but still, shout out to that brother. Fucking excellent warrior, man. He put a lot of stuff to rest in that fight. He put that chin thing to bed. You can't question his chin no more. And he proved that he was a dog. But he also proved that sometimes being a dog could be, it could be detrimental to your health, man. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this Erickson Lubin, Sebastian Fundora situation. Let me know if you think this is the end of Erickson Lubin. Drop a comment, like, subscribe, support the channel. Make sure y'all always come through for raw content. This is your boy Rebel Life Boxing. I'll catch y'all later on the next one. And I'm off this.